So good afternoon, everyone. In this session, we'll be doing a marathon session on, paper 4, module C. And throughout this session, we'll be able to complete the whole module C. तो आप केवल इसकी प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे तो आपका मॉड्यूल C अच्छे से कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. चलिए let's start with the first question. बताइए, which of the following is correct sequence of stages in the marketing process? मार्केटिंग प्रोसेस में अगर आप स्टेजेस की बात करें तो पहले कौन सा स्टेज आता है, दूसरा, तीसरा, चौथा, उसका सही ऑर्डर बताइए. व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द करेक्ट आंसर? द करेक्ट आंसर इज बी, एनालिसिस, फिर प्लानिंग, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और फिर कंट्रोल. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. SWOT analysis is primarily used during which stage of the marketing process? इन चारों स्टेज में से कौन से स्टेज पर SWOT analysis हम लोग करते हैं? SWOT analysis basically strength, weakness, operation, opportunities and threats. तो ये सारी चीजें हम लोग करते हैं whenever we want to analyze the overall market. Okay. Next question. In the context of marketing mix, which of the following best represent price in the case of asset products? Asset products में price कौन represent करता है? So idea is very much clear. So the price is represented by interest charged on loans. Which element of the marketing mix help convert the intangible nature of banking services into tangible experiences? Obviously, tangible experiences is done by physical evidence only. In the marketing planning stage, the first step is typically what? Creating a budget, drafting action program, defining strategic business units और allocating marketing expenditure. क्या करते हैं हम लोग सबसे पहले हम लोग strategy बनाते हैं ना. So first of all, defining strategic business units is the primary action in marketing planning stage. Which of the following is not considered as a part of promotional strategies in retail banking? Retail banking में promotion किस तरीके से नहीं किया जाता? एडवर्टीजमेंट की तरह से किया जाता है, पब्लिसिटी भी करी जाती है, पर्सनल सेलिंग भी करते हैं. प्राइसिंग इज समवॉट डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट रादर देन द मार्केटिंग. सो सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. द पीपल एलिमेंट इन द मार्केटिंग मिक्स इंक्लूड व्हाट? इज इट ओनली कस्टमर्स, ओनली मार्केटिंग मैनेजर्स, बोथ सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स एंड कस्टमर्स, ओनली फ्रंट डेस्क एम्प्लॉइज? देखो इन केसेस में सबसे होता है कि ओनली वाली चीजें तो एनीवेज गलत होती है. द करेक्ट आंसर इज सी, both the service providers and customers. The effectiveness of 1P in the marketing mix is what? Is it independent of other P's, most dependent on technology, irrelevant if the product is serving, interlinked with effectiveness of other P's? The idea is that they all are interlinked with each other. So other P's effectiveness is dependent upon this P's effectiveness. Marketing implementation focuses on which of the following? Is it developing customer base, answering who, where, when and how, designating the marketing mix, or conducting SWOT analysis? The idea is to answer who, where, when and how. This is what the marketing implementation focuses upon. The reactive and proactive methodologies are part of which marketing stage? What do you think is the correct answer? The reactive and proactive methodologies are part of marketing control. As per branch authorization policy, which of the following is not considered as a branch? Is it satellite office, extension counter, mobile branch, offsite? All these are considered as branch. Call center is not considered as a branch. Which of the following centers fall under tier 5 and tier 6 as per RBI branch authorization policy? What do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is rural centers. Rural centers आते हैं tier 5 and tier 6 because this is the lower end in terms of tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. ठीक है? Tier 1 में metro cities, these are rural centers. What percentage of total branches opened in a financial year must be in unbanked rural areas? तो unbanked rural areas में कम से कम 25% of those branches should be there. Banks are permitted to carry forward shortfall in meeting rural branch opening obligations for how many years? तो बेसिकली वो जो 25% वाली रिक्वायरमेंट अगर आप इस साल पूरी नहीं कर पाओ तो आप इसको कैरी फॉरवर्ड कितने साल तक कर सकते हो? ये आगे के साल में हम लोग कर देंगे. Is it 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year or 5 year? What do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is 2 years. 2 साल तक ही कर सकते हो. What is the minimum number of days a satellite office must operate in a week? एक सैटेलाइट ऑफिस एक वीक में कितने दिन ऑपरेट करेगा? कम से कम. What do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is कम से कम twice, 2 days. What about extension counters? Extension counters are not permitted to be opened at which of the following places? किस places में extension counters allowed नहीं है? Extension counters are not allowed in residential colonies क्योंकि वहाँ पे तो normal bank branch रहती है. In hospitals, military units, educational institutions, large factories, these are allowed. Which of the following conditions apply to opening more branches in underbanked districts? Is it mandatory allocation, no restriction, incentive, restriction, prior application, approval from parliament? Obviously, parliament तक जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. The idea is incentive is provided in form of additional tier 1 branch opening. Next, what is the maximum validity of the authorization granted by Reserve Bank of India to open a branch including the extension? कितनी validity होती है? The validity is of 2 years. Under the public interest criteria, which of the following is not considered by Reserve Bank of India while approving branch applications? क्या चीज Reserve Bank of India consider नहीं करता है? Is it the balance? Is it priority sector? Is it financial inclusion? Is it customer? All these are considered. Number of employees hired, this is not considered, so thereby answer D is correct. As per Reserve Bank of India norms, a rural branch can be shifted within a block without prior Reserve Bank of India approval if what? If it is the only branch in the village. Which of the following is not a valid reason for shifting a rural branch outside the block with RBI approval? क्या reason नहीं है valid? See, high business growth is not a valid reason for shifting. कुछ और हो सकता है रीज़न, हो सकता है कि कंटिन्यूस लॉस हो रहा है या कैलामिटी आ रही है या फिर कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, इसकी वजह से हम लोग इधर से कहीं और शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. लेकिन अगर आप आरबीआई से बोलो कि हम लोग बिजनेस बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रो करेंगे, ये रीज़न नहीं होना चाहिए आपका शिफ्ट करने का. चलिए नेक्स्ट. A foreign bank in India must seek RBI permission for branch shifting from one center to another by approaching who? किसको अप्रोच कर रहे हैं? Foreign bank in India, if they want to seek RBI permission, they can go to DBOD, International Banking Division. Which of the following statements about part shifting of branches is false? कौन से स्टेटमेंट पार्ट शिफ्टिंग ऑफ ब्रांचिंग के फॉल्स है? Idea is that multiple part shifting can be allowed for one branch. Which of these requires prior Reserve Bank of India approval as per norms for branch closure? क्या चीज required है? Rural branch with only one commercial bank. ठीक है? They want to close, they need RBI approval. When can a rural branch be converted into a satellite office? कब convert कर सकते हैं? They can convert only in exceptional cases with DCC and RBI approval. Banks can install off-site ATM without RBI approval provided they what? Provided they use only examined and sorted notes. See, mobile branches are not allowed to visit which of the following? Is it village, is it rural areas, or is it semi-urban centers? They are not permitted to visit centers with only cooperative banks. Central processing centers set up by banks are treated as service branches and cannot be converted. ठीक है? For merger of a sole semi-urban branch, the bank must do what? The bank must seek DCC approval and submit for RBI consideration. What is the maximum number of working days within which a bank must credit shadow reversal the amount involved in an unauthorized electronic transaction after customer notification? कितने दिन में बताना है? The idea is 10 days. In which of the following cases will a customer have zero liability for an unauthorized electronic transaction? Customer की liability किस case में बिल्कुल नहीं होगी? The customer won't have any liability in contributory fraud on part of the bank. अगर बैंक ने ही फ्रॉड किया तो कस्टमर की कोई लायबिलिटी नहीं है. What is the maximum customer liability for an unauthorized transaction from a basic savings bank deposit account if reported with a delay of 4 to 7 working days? Customer की liability increases to 5,000. ठीक है? If a customer reports an unauthorized transaction after 7 working days, how is liability determined? अगर 7 दिन के बाद कस्टमर ट्रांजैक्शन को रिपोर्ट कर रहा है तो फिर लायबिलिटी कैसे डिटरमाइन करोगे? सो एज पर बैंक बोर्ड अप्रूव्ड पॉलिसी, जैसे बैंक ने लिखा है वैसे ही. What facility must bank provide customers for immediate reporting of unauthorized electronic transactions? The bank must provide 24/7 access through multiple channels. Who bears the burden of proof in determining customer liability for unauthorized electronic banking transactions? Who determines? The idea is bank bears the responsibility. What is the maximum liability for a customer holding a credit card with a limit above 5 lakh if delay in reporting is 4 to 7 working days? The maximum liability is 25,000. Which of the following is not mandatory for the customer to receive as part of transaction alert? क्या चीज mandatory नहीं है कि मिलना चाहिए? कि SMS तो mandatory है, मिलता ही है. Email alert is not mandatory, so thereby B is the correct answer. What must bank do if they cannot resolve a complaint or determine customer liability within 90 days? तब क्या करना चाहिए बैंक को? What do you think is the correct answer? Bank needs to pay compensation to customer as prescribed. What is the purpose of bank requiring customer to register for mobile numbers? Idea obviously is to enable electronic banking transactions. Simple. What is the maximum turnaround time for auto reversal when a customer's account is debited but cash is not dispensed at an ATM? आपने ATM से पैसे निकालने की कोशिश करी, ATM से पैसे निकले नहीं, तो आपके अकाउंट से अगर कट भी गए तो कितने दिन के अंदर अंदर पैसा वापस आना जाना चाहिए? ये सवाल हम लोग पिछले 2 पेपर में कर चुके हैं, पिछले 2-3 पेपर में. दोबारा बताइए, व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द करेक्ट आंसर? The correct answer is T plus 5 days. What compensation is payable to a customer if the ATM transaction is not reversed within the stipulated turnaround time? What compensation is payable? The compensation is C, 100 rupees per day. Again, discussed n number of times. For a failed IMPS transaction where the account is debited but the beneficiary account is not credited, what is the turnaround time for auto reversal? In ATM case, it was T plus 5. In IMPS case, it is T plus 1 day. चलिए, next thing. If a UPI transaction fails to credit the beneficiary account, how much compensation is payable after turnaround time is breached? यहाँ पे भी same है, just like ATM, 100 rupees per day. Who is responsible for credit adjustment in Aadhaar enabled payment system transactions where the merchant does not receive confirmation? तो किसकी जिम्मेदारी है credit adjustment की? The credit adjustment requirement is of acquiring bank. In a failed card-to-card transaction, by when should the reversal be processed? Just like in ATM, it was T plus 5. In IMPS, it was T plus 1. In card also, it is T plus 1 day. Okay. If a customer revokes a NACH debit mandate but is still debited, who bears responsibility? कस्टमर ने काट दिया, रिवोक कर दिया, बट फिर भी कट गया, तो जिम्मेदारी किसकी? जिम्मेदारी कस्टमर के बैंक की. कि कटने कैसे दिया जब आपको मना किया था? What is the compensation if the POS transaction is not reversed within T plus 5 days? Obviously, the idea is same, 100 rupees per day. Which authority should customers approach if the failed transaction are not resolved as per turnaround time? किससे बात करनी चाहिए? The idea is same, RBI integrated ombudsman scheme. Ombudsman से सीधे बात करें, आपका मामला resolve हो जाएगा. Which of the following does not have a distinct turnaround time and compensation framework but follows the system it rides on? Idea is of us PPI, prepaid payment instrument. Which of the following personnel are considered as part of physical delivery model in retail banking? तो physical delivery model कौन होगा? Is it internet banking? No. Chatbot? No. ATM operator? No. Direct selling agents are yes. What is the key differentiator in customer service delivery between public sector banks and new private sector banks? क्या differentiation होता है? Greater personalization in public sector banks. Which of the following is listed as key trait for branch staff in effective retail delivery? एक branch staff में रिटेल डिलीवरी के लिए सबसे की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या होता है? दैट इट क्रिएट न्यू बैंकिंग प्रोडक्ट्स. अ मेजर रिस्क एसोसिएटेड विद DSAs इज व्हाट? मेजर रिस्क एसोसिएटेड विद DSAs इज मिस सेलिंग ऑफ फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट्स. कि एजेंट कोई ज़बरदस्ती या फिर आपको एक्सप्लॉइट करके उल्टी सीधी बातें करके अगर आपको प्रोडक्ट सेल कर देते हैं, तो दैट इज़ व्हाट is the major risk associated with direct selling agents is. What is the primary advantage for banks entering into tie-ups with builders or auto dealers? The idea is to reaching customer at the point of purchase. Which marketing personnel are described as young, performance oriented and recruited from management campuses? These are marketing managers. What is the most direct consequence for a bank if a DSA engages in mis-selling? The bank faces reputational and regulatory risks. In the tie-up for personal loans with institutions, how is repayment usually ensured? Repayment कैसे इंश्योर की जाती है? It is ensured through salary deduction and remittance by the institution. What is the main benefit of using direct selling agents for private sector bank with limited branch penetration? The idea is to access to customers through doorstep banking, है ना? घर घर जाके बैंकिंग कर सकते हैं. Which of the following is a key responsibility of dedicated marketing manager in banks? The idea is to market intelligence targeted product presentations. Next, what is the minimum share of loan that must be retained by NBFC under the co-lending model? Co-lending model में NBFC कितना loan share अपने पास रखती है? And this we've discussed a number of times. The correct is 20%. Under the co-lending model, banks are permitted to co-lend with which of the following entities? Basically, idea is to all registered NBFCs, including housing finance companies. This is we are talking especially in context of bank co-lending to NBFCs. तो उसका circular हम लोग already पहले देख ही चुके हैं. The primary objective of the co-lending model is to do what? To improve credit flow to underserved sectors at affordable cost. Which of the following is not a selection criteria for an NBFC to be eligible under co-lending model? Large number of ATM. This is not the selection criteria. Under the co-lending model guidelines, what must banks and NBFCs do regarding their co-lending policy? The idea is to publish board approved policies on their websites to make sure that the transparency is there in their guidelines. What does an omni-channel experience refer to in the context of retail banking? Integrated digital and physical service delivery. According to McKinsey, what percentage of consumers interact with their financial institutions through multiple channels? McKinsey ने एक study करी थी, उसने बताया था कि some percentage of the people interact with their institutions through multiple channels. And what is that percentage? The percentage is 65%. ठीक है, चलिए. Next, what is not one of the key 4 areas of transformation in delivery model for digital banking? See, empowering frontline is there, creating customer control is there, offering omni-channel is there, and leveraging real-time data analytics is there. Reducing mobile usage to prevent cybercrime is not one of the key aspects. What are the 3 core elements of CRM? CRM की full form बताओ. The idea is customer relationship and management. The primary objective of CRM in the bank is to do what? Is to build long-term profitable relationship with customers. Which of the following is not a stage in CRM implementation as per the passage? The idea is to replace all physical branches. One of the key goals of CRM is to increase what of the customer with the bank's services? is to increase the share of wallet of the customer. The CRM help bank manage rising NPAs by doing what? By tracking customers and following up on recoveries. The expansion aspect in CRM refers to encouraging more purchases and shifting less profitable customers to low cost channels. Which CRM feature helps in reducing repetitive marketing tasks? Marketing automation. What is the major security concern associated with CRM systems? Basically, the customer data privacy and cyber threats is the major security concern. Why is CRM considered essential in today's retail banking environment? To improve operational efficiency, employee value, and respond to competition. Which of the following tools are critical for meaningful CRM in banks? Data warehouse and data mining. What was the primary objective of forming BCSBI? The idea is to have fair treatment of customers by developing voluntary codes and standards. Which of the following is not one of the rights provided to customers under the Code of Banks Commitment? Right to free banking services. The Code of Banks Commitment to Customers was first released by RBI Governor Dr. Y.V. Reddy in which year? The year was 2006. The Code of Banks Commitment to MSME is available in how many regional languages apart from English and Hindi? The correct answer is D, 11. Which of the following statement is false regarding application of the Code of Banks Commitment to customers? It applies only to product offered through physical branches. This is incorrect क्योंकि सब चीज में included है, not only physical but also digital. So A is the correct answer because they have asked the incorrect statement. What is the significance of the covenant between member banks and BCSBI? It binds member bank to implement the code under BCSBI supervision. Which of the following is not among key practices to ensure transparency, fair and honest dealing by member banks? क्या चीज नहीं है? Advertising in a misleading manner. ये तो बिल्कुल नहीं करना है. So B is the correct answer. Which of the following policies are not required to be displayed on a bank's website as per code? The correct answer is cyber security audit, because it is not specifically mentioned over there. Under the right to grievance redressal, which official's name must be displayed at the branch? किसका होना चाहिए? ब्रांच ग्रीवेंस ऑफिसर का, जिससे डायरेक्टली उससे बात की जा सके. Which of the following is a key objective of the Code of Banks Commitment to Customers? Encouraging healthy competition to improve standards. Which organization assisted BCSBI technically in assigning code compliance rating to member banks? CRISIL. Which of the following parameter groups had the highest weightage in the code compliance rating by BCSBI? कौन है? The customer centricity. What is the minimum score required by a bank to be in the high category under BCSBI code compliance rating? The score should be 85. If a customer does not receive a satisfactory response to a complaint from the bank within 30 days, the next appropriate step is to do what? Obviously, approach the banking ombudsman. जैसे हम लोगों ने पहले भी देखा था. Which of the following is not among the parameters used by BCSBI to assign code compliance rating? It is credit worthiness assessment. Okay. Now tell me which voluntary code of IBA became non-applicable to member banks of BCSBI? All of the above. Which Department of Reserve Bank of India took over the functions and responsibilities after dissolution of BCSBI? The Consumer Education and Protection Department did the same. Which of the following is not a component of marketing information system? Financial accounting system is not the part of that. Okay. According to Samuel Smith and others, what is the main purpose of marketing information system? Idea is to satisfy customer wants and needs at a profit. Which of the following sources is considered as part of marketing intelligence system? It is trade journals and magazines. Which MKIS function involves summarizing and tabulating the collected information for further study and analysis? Data processing. As per McLeod and Rogers, which of the following is not part of the input subsystems? Marketing mix optimization is not part of subsystems, rather it's part of decision making output system. Tell me which of the following management function received the most support from MKIS? Planning and controlling. The last question. Which area of decision making significantly reduced use of decision models over time? Computing economic order quantities. Okay. So this is all this 100 questions that are important for module C. Okay. So we will share this PDF on the channel. You can check the PDF and try to revise from there only. So I thank you all for joining the session, and we'll meet in the next session tomorrow where we'll do module D. Thank you guys.